Guys, welcome back to the channel. Now it's July the 18th. We've managed to grab another couple of days away in the van, so I've just come back down the micro today to catch up on a few things, so I'm going to show you what I'm up to. So we were going away Wednesday morning, so Tuesday night came down just to check because I was a little bit worried I might have spotted some blight on the Nicola second earlies. And sure enough, I came down Tuesday night and they had blight. So I thought, well, I can't just leave them. So you can see I've cut the tops off, and what I'm going to do is just lift a root up, just see what we've got underneath, and then if I just need sort of like a relatively dry day or two, then obviously they can come out, and I'll probably get a third row of leeks in, and then that's that bit taken care of. I think the sarpos have got it as well, so I'm pretty sure. I don't know if you can see that, but it's kind of like you get this dark spot and then it gets like a yellow patch around it. That's what I've read. So in my mind, you know, but sarpos are supposed to be resistant, so you know, I'm not going to cut the tops off for the very fact that they are supposed to be resistant, or certainly have a degree of resistance. Now, if you guys out there, I've only grown these once, so I'm not all that familiar, but if you think differently than me, you think I should cut the tops off, please, you know, drop me a comment down below, let me know what you think. But at the moment, my mind is I'm just going to leave them as they are. But I'll show you. So there's all the tops. I mean, if we can get a bit of dry weather, I'll just burn them. But yeah, that's what we've done in the past. So I've got a pheromone codling moth trap refill. So I need to put one of those in on the moth trap down here, and also change the one up at home. So I think I'll start with that one first. This is the old trap, so you get the sticky base, and then you've got the little lure there, and there's around about 15 moths, which is you know, it's quite a population really, so all the more important to put a fresh one out to cover at least the next 6 weeks, and then it should be okay after that. So I'll go and put the new one in. That's it, guys. So you can see it's identical the same. The pheromone lure is different colours because I just bought it from a different company, but it's the same thing. So we'll just go and get that put in the trap. So it's easy, it just slides in, it's made to fit. And then there's like this little door here with 2 lugs which go into those slots, and then that's it, it's all set to go again. There we are. So you see those lugs sort of correspond to fit into those slots, then the whole thing just nips up. And so I'll keep you updated on how we go on with this. So this is the second pheromone lure which I put in for this season. Right, let's go and have a look at these spuds. So no particular order, I'm just going to do this one here at the end of the row. I can see a green one sticking out there. I'll come back to you when I've dug it up. Right guys, can't grumble at that. There's 22 altogether, including the little ones, which actually incidentally, when I come to bag them up, I pull all the small ones out separately and we'll eat those first, and then obviously I'll store those. The green one obviously I wouldn't risk eating that, so that'll be slung, but I'm happy with that. So if you think there was I think, I'm not sure, something like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, about 17, 18 roots. Yar, I'm going to need a bigger sack, matey. I think it's going to be a big crop. The next job really is, I noticed we've got some courgettes ready for harvesting, which is great because we've already had a little picking, and to be honest with you, they've got a little bit bigger than I'd like, but obviously, you know, when you're going away, that's then out of your control. But I'm not going to grumble. I mean, I can give some away if there's too many for us, but that's brilliant. So I'll get those picked just now. Right, well, that's got those picked. I need to get in and do some weeding again. It's come back as it always does. I've noticed it looks like I've got an Achiki Curie growing here, which is excellent because they were absolutely useless last year. Well, it wasn't their fault, it was the weather obviously, but last year was a total washout for them. So I'm hoping this year will be an improvement. Not sure whether that's got pollinated or not. But you can see at some point now I'm going to be able to get that, maybe another few days, and I'm going to tie that into the trellis and then, you know, I said in previous videos, just trail it along there. And look at these cabbage. Now it's interesting, I'm hoping you can see, there's a little bit of slug damage, but you know, I can live with that. But what is interesting to me is that there's no sign of Downy Mildew. And on the cabbage bed up one, which I will show you afterwards, it's really bad with Downy Mildew. So I can only assume, and you've got to remember there was a load of potatoes there, but I can only assume they were getting more airflow. Another job which I've, to be honest, well, I haven't really forgot about it, it's just I've had so many other things to do. But this elephant garlic, if you can see now, it's kind of gone brown, everything's died back, so I think I'm going to stay down a bit longer now and just get this sorted out. Okay, so not a huge harvest, obviously, because I didn't have that many cloves and rounds to plant because I'd nearly exhausted me, I'd run it right down. So really the goal for this next season is to build the stock back up again. But there are some pretty nice cloves there. I'm not sure, but they look pretty good. And I've got some various size rounds, you know, as always it depends on, like for example I planted something like that last autumn and then got something like that in the harvest, and then plant that and then hopefully get something like this next summer. And then of course I've got some of the little corms, so I always try and see if I can get those to grow. Not always easy, but you've got to keep persevering. And there was one that had some white rot, so 3 of the cloves, even though they don't look particularly attractive, they're actually sound. So I think I can use those. If I get them used, I'll just peel them and use those quite quickly, no point in wasting it. But there is a few in there that definitely wouldn't be usable, so what I'm going to do is just burn those. And the I'm not sure what the term is for it, but the upper part of the plant that's died back, I'll just burn that as well, just to try and reduce the risk of more white rot. Now when I come to plant these, I usually do it first week in November, and there will be a link to a video of elephant garlic up on the end screen, if for those of you who are maybe not familiar with it. I'm just going to spin you around. So I think, you know, because the garlic was along here next to the asparagus, and I say it did get a little bit of white rot at the end there, so I think it wouldn't be a good idea to plant them back in that same ground because they're probably likely to persist in there. So what I'm thinking now is, once these sarpos come out, which will be sometime in September, there'll be a nice piece of ground there, fresh ground, because it hasn't grown elephant garlic before, so I'm probably going to put some in there. That's what I'll do. Just before I finish here and get up home, I want to show you these cabbage. I just wanted to show you the damson. Look how quick they're ripening now. And this tree is stacked. It really is. I'm thinking there's going to be £10. Could be £10 on this tree. And if we walk over to the Victoria Plum, they are developing really, really nicely. If you can see, there's a lot of nice looking fruits on there. So as long as we don't end up getting, you know, kind of torrential rain, I'm thinking sometime, you know, maybe 4 or 5 weeks away, something like that. So just one more thing, I think the loganberry has just about finished now. You see there's just an odd berry on it now. But here is the new canes, for which will carry next year's fruit. So obviously it's the usual story. Once these, you know, in a week or two's time, I'll prune the old ones out and then tie the new ones in, and that's that done for next year. And the fig, I planted a couple of figs because it was all loganberries along this trellis, but I think I'll be better off weather-wise. I think figs are more tolerant of our high rainfall. And you see there is a fig, well there's a couple on, I don't think that one will reach anything, but they have grown since I planted them. Not hugely, but they're definitely growing. So I'm probably going to have to put some sort of a net, there's a little fig there, on those as well, but that's a longer term plan. So I wanted to show you the pears. They got badly hit with scab this year. I have no idea why. I just didn't get time to spray them with anything really. I mean, it's very difficult to get a fungicide now, but I'm thinking neem oil and stuff might be helpful. But what's really interesting, you see that one there, that is totally scab free. There's not a single blemish on it, and it's actually a graft of, it's a variety called Celine, which a friend of mine, Helen, who lives in Norway, she sent me a few little scion grafts, and I don't know if you can see it, but the graft's there, just behind, it's just there. And so that is the first, but I'm really struck. How beautiful is that? I mean, it's absolutely blemish free. So then I'm thinking, is Celine scab resistant? Could well be, in which case, you know, do I graft more onto it? I mean, these won't go to waste, because you can either just peel them. I mean, they won't store, that's the thing, but pears don't store long anyway, so you can either peel them, or I'm just going to press them with the apples, and it makes actually very, very nice cider with some pears in it, you know. So that's what the plan will be for those. Alright guys, so I'm about done down here now. I'm going to head back up home with my booty and I just want to show you these cabbage, because I think with the downy mildew, I'm just worried it might spread into the heart of the cabbage, and then all that effort would have been in vain. So I think I'm just going to cut everything, but I'll see you up there shortly. Alright, we're back up at home, so let me show you these cabbage. Get my shadow out of the way. So you can see, I think if the sun's not too, you can see this downy mildew, and on this particular cabbage it's spreading right the way around these outer leaves. So I say I'm a bit worried that eventually it's what am I feeling that now, that's pretty ready anyway. So, and it's the same story. I mean, look at the size of this one. We're definitely going to get away now, that chap. But yeah, you see what I mean? It's kind of spreading. I don't know if you can see that, the sun's at a bad angle just now, but you'll have to believe me, I'm just really reluctant to risk it getting into the hearts. And something, I don't think that's too bad, it's just a bit of discoloration, but they've all made excellently. So basically I'm just going to cut the lot, but I'm going to weigh that one, so I'm going to bring you back. Alright, there's the scales. I'm hoping you can see they're set to pound an ounce. So let me get this. You see that? £3 15.1 ounce, so just shy of a £4 cabbage. Can't grumble at that. That's variety primo. So I'm going to weigh these spuds. That's one root, which I showed earlier down the orchard. We'll see what we've got there. Right guys, so got the scale. So that's in pounds. This camera, trust me, it's in pounds. If I can try and do this and get it on one-handed. I might have to put the camera down, it's a bit tricky. This is where Woody needs an assistant. Apply within. Alright. Come on, be a good little bag of spuds now. Turn round. Turn around now. 3.91 pounds. 3.91 pounds. Happy days. So, yeah, 3.91 pound. That's a great harvest, that. All I've got to do now then is just clear away these leaves and everything, and obviously I am going to put them on the compost pile. I don't think downy mildew is a problem as far as composting the leaves are concerned, so I'll get that done. And then I've just got this other pheromone trap to put in, so it's in the lid there, but I will empty that bit out and put some fresh water, a little bit of washing up liquid, and then we're covered here for this tree. Actually, I'm going to come back at you some point as well and just do a follow-up on these. When I pruned this, it was a few months ago, I was saying that the aim was to get cyanwood. Well, that must be well over a metre long now, so I should get some nice cyanwood of that, but I'll do a follow-up on that. That's it for this one, folks. If you are liking the content and haven't yet subscribed, please do take a moment to consider subscribing, and it would really help me out and I'd really appreciate it. So thanks for watching as always. I'm just watching the butterflies going round. Take care, see you soon, bye for now.